Yo, Flavs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Tonight is the last night you would ever be a Glober if you're a Glober, let's put it that way. But it's good to be here. Good to see you guys. We have Michael Khan, PJ, Jeff the Canuckler, and a special guest tonight, THFM. How's it going, guys?
Yo.
All good, sir. All good.
Greetings.
Yo.
You should be
So-
saying, greetings, young earthlings.
Greetings. That's a nice fan greeting. Greetings.
Yeah. If you guys don't know Tinfoil Hat Man yet, I have his link in the description below. Make sure you guys subscribe to him because these observations are really glow killer.
Absolutely.
We just have to. I have to give some statements quickly. Sorry for you, anti-flat earthers. This is not really for you because you don't change your mind anyway because you already made up your mind. But it's just going here to push you off. This is for the honest people that actually are looking at the truth and are not going to just have a bias for no reason. But
Yes.
anyway, even you anti-flat earthers, if you're honest, you will by tonight. You'll have to say, "Yeah, guys,
Mhm.
this shows it's not a globe."
But if you're being dishonest again and you want to keep your hair, don't watch this because it's going to make you pull your hair out.
This-
You won't be dancing to
Yeah,
it.
this is a
We're
warning.
here to distribute the truth, that's it.
That's
Amen.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, guys, you want to tell them more about yourself and what you want to actually, what you're all about, actually, your channel.
Just quickly before we move on, we've got another tinfoil in chat.
Yeah. Tinfoil 72. Woohoo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Shout out to Tinfoil 72. I'm Tinfoil Hat Man. When I get the opportunity, I go around making some observations. I know for a fact that you can prove the surface and aspect of an object if you've got reference points with observation alone. So we'll get into this. We'll probably a good place to start is if we just have a brief look at the observation equipment that we're going to be using, and then we'll go to the area and we'll get into this and hopefully have some fun and laughs along as we do it. And I'll show you what's going on. That sound
I
all right?
agree. Yeah, sounds perfect. Looking forward to it. We got the Sean Hawkins streaming our stream, so
Oh,
it's
no
going to be
doubt.
exciting. He's whole 3 people watching him.
No doubt. No doubt.
But guys, take Sean Hawkins' tally, take his hand and share the show. Hit the likes, share the show, and let's get this out to a wide audience because we have to get this out to as much people as possible, guys.
You can give
Don't
Sean
want
a...
to stress this out enough.
Hi, Sean.
Really do. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to do this, man?
Ready to rumble.
All right. Woohoo! There we go. Oh, that's beautiful, by the way.
All right.
Okay, so this is not, as you know, Flats, this is not a presentation that a formal one that I've got written or scripted up or anything like that. So hopefully we just, as we go through all of this, we can just have much more of an informal chat about everything. So that's the way that I'm hoping it goes down. So on screen, as you can see, this is the observation equipment. I actually have 3 telescopes and a Nikon P900 camera. This is the Celestron C11. It's the ball breaker. It's on
A
a
monster.
It's on a Manfrotto 161 tripod with a pan tilt head. It is phenomenal. Yeah. So it's got a focal length of 2,800 millimeters. And basically, if I drop the bog standard Barda Hyperion Mark IV zoom eyepiece that I have into it, which you'll see here, with that configuration, I basically I start at the full power zoom of effectively of a Nikon P1000 camera. So our starting point is
Is that
100.
his limitation? Yeah.
is 115 times magnification, and that's just by dropping in, and that's how we start. Yeah. If I twist that zoom, we'll go up to 300 and just short of 350 times magnification. And then what I can do is I can then drop in between the Barda Hyperion zoom eyepiece. I can drop in a 2x focal extender, and that will then just double all of those magnifications that I've just told you about. I've then got a 3x focal extender and a 4x focal extender, so all of that applies. You can start achieving 3,000-4,000 times zoom with this telescope. But look at it. It's
amazing.
It's a monster. And the thing is, it needs to be stable, you see, because there's some weight to all of this. So taking this out on observations is about getting close to the limit, because you can actually get bigger telescopes. You can get the biggest that Celestron do in the Schmidt-Cassegrain range, which is this shorter barrel version, is a 14-inch, but it's just too heavy. This configuration here that you see, once I've got all the eyepieces packed up in a rucksack and the tripod goes in its own bag and the optical tube assembly, the telescope part actually goes into a bag, I'm basically carrying 3 bags and it's 40 kilograms. So it's pretty military style.
You actually carrying a grown woman.
Yeah, I mean, my wife's slim, but she weighs 9 stone, 9.5 stone. That's like 60 kilograms.
60 kilos.
It's almost there.
So yeah, I mean, you'll know what 40 kilograms is. What your little training sessions that you're doing and stuff. It's pretty military style to go out, but it is portable for me. So the observation I'm about to show you, that was done on my own by myself, and I took all this gear out. So it's a phenomenal telescope. What I would say is that going from a Nikon P900 to the C8, so I have a Maxitoff 5-inch telescope, which is nearly as powerful as the Celestron C8, which is the Truth Seeker scope, which you all, some of you know. Going from a Nikon P900 to a telescope, there's no comparison. You're not in the same ballpark. You're not on the same field. But then when you actually start going through the telescopes, yes, the 11-inch is better than the 8-inch, but it's only by 15-20%. It's not like crazy. It's like it is, but it is just better, if you know what I mean. So that's the equipment. That's what we're using in our observation that you're about to see.
That's really. Before we do start, can I just quickly say to Roger Little, thank you for your $5 super chat. He says, we need some sour cream and some chives, 1 hot potato. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. Really appreciate it, man. Roger, I mean, sorry.
Roger's got away with words, random words.
Well, a big hello to all of your listeners, including Roger Ledwell and everybody. You all know who you are, and it's nice to present to you all. So, and thanks for having me, Flats.
Oh, anytime. You're always welcome, man.
Okay, so best thing to do then now is if we just go and have a look and take a look at the actual area where we are. This is the Humber in the UK. It's on the east coast of the UK. It's a large tidal estuary, and it's the River Ouse and the River Trent, I believe, that come and formulate this area. You'll have to bear with me because sometimes Google Earth is extremely laggy, and I'm going to assume it is even more so now I'm on Restream. But basically, this is our area. This is the area that the observation took place in, right? So I'll just show you. What we're actually gonna do, Flats, we're gonna look at a screenshot initially of where we're lined up at the moment, and then we're gonna. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come down and we're gonna watch a 2-minute 45 video recording of this. It's Spurn Point here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing to do, let's just go in and actually have a look at our actual observation area. So this is an area called Cleethorpes. Again, like I say, it's on the east coast in the
Costa
UK.
del Clegg.
You what?
Costa del Clegg.
Costa del Clegg. Cleethorpes, it's an awesome little place.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Excuse
if
me.
you look at this area, let's just take a look at where we are. Is this all updating? Okay, pretty
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, it looks
reasonably for
perfect.
you, yeah? It's not going to be brilliant, is it? But okay, so let's just go in and have a look and a zoom of where we actually are. Okay, so this is where we are. This is Cleethorpes Beach, and this is Cleethorpes Promenade. Across here, where all these cars are parked, and then down onto the beach. And so, probably the best thing to do now is if we just go to the panoramic video, and we'll show you where we are, where we're located, where we're taking this observation from. The specific and precise coordinates for this observation are up here. They're 53.56609 minus 0.031127. So they're all here for the precise coordinates of the location. Okay.
And there you're in like a little ditch, a procession.
Yeah, let's get into that. I'll show you this, and then we'll get into that, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is on low tide. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah, it's oh yeah, sorry. So this is the 20. Let me turn the sound down. This is the 21st of August this year, and we're at low tide. Not absolute total bottom low tide, but we're there or thereabouts. And this is the spot. This is the location. And you'll see. We'll come back to this in a minute. Well, you'll see. I just now digitally zoom in with the smartphone, and you'll see there's people walking around on the beach and looking for crabs or whatever they're doing. Kids playing. So we're on the beach in Cleethorpes. These like Cleethorpes, Skegness, and Blackpool in the UK that are like really popular, sort of tourist areas with beaches and promenades and fairs and rides and all that type of stuff.
Aye.
And this is one of them.
Nice.
So this is where we are. This is
Cool.
our observer location.
Cool.
So let's just go back here a minute. Let's go to this here so we can see this. Let me pause it and go back. Okay, let's see that. And then let's just minimize this a minute. And we'll just put this side by side. Just bear with me as I do all this. So we'll just put this side by side so we can see. Basically this is where we are. And that's it. Google Earth won't let me go down any lower.
All right.
But as you can see, these are the steps that we've got here. Can you hopefully again you can see my mouse? So on the left-hand side, look, you've got the steps on the left panoramic video, and this wooden structure coming out. So this is where we are. So let's look at the elevations around here, shall we? So where all these cars are parked here, and this might be slightly difficult for you to read, but anybody who's wanting, like I said, just punch these coordinates in here, and you can follow along on Google Earth, or you can check it out at a later time. But I'll be telling you what these elevations are, even if it's a little bit difficult to read down here. But what's happening is on where these cars are parked, this pathway, as you come down, it's all 5 meters in elevation. And to be clear, we're talking about elevation above sea level. So we know we're already referencing a flat plane. We know this anyway. But we're 5 meters here, okay? And as we start to come down these steps, we hit 4 meters, we hit 3 meters, we're coming down to 2 meters. And once we actually hit the beach, we go on to 1 meter. It's 2 meters around here, but then we're about 1 meter around here. And as we come down, we come down. We're now at 40 centimeters, 30 centimeters, 20 centimeters, and we hit around 0, around this point here, okay? As we go further out, the whole idea of my observation here was to get down and try and get the scope, which is not an exact or precise thing to do. But what I was attempting to do is to get the scope. So the scope set at 1 meter height. And what I was trying to do is find that sort of -1 area and get that scope on that 0 to look, so we know that with the scope that as we're looking through is directly looking across the surface. You see?
Yeah, this is what I like about this. So, in other words, guys, he went into the depression to make sure his scope was sitting level with the ground. So it's at no elevation.
Well, as it turned out,
zero.
Flats, as it turns out, as you follow this, because like I say, it's difficult to do. And you've got, bear in mind as well, it doesn't look like it, but I was fighting really, really horrendous conditions. This is what you're about to see is sort of average seeing conditions. But it was like gusts up to 45 miles an hour. It was
Crazy.
fairly brutal conditions, even though that kind of didn't really display that to you.
Mm-hmm.
But as we come down, right, we're hitting -40 centimeters, and then we hit -1 around here, right? And you'll see there's this like the way that Google Earth have mapped this with a plane flying over. It's actually showing like a trench and everything, which is, not here. It's gradiented. But at the end of the day, I walked out to here, set up the scope here, and this is actually displaying a -2 meter elevation.
And
Okay.
your scope is
1 meter elevation, as you can see.
So it's -1 meter actually.
Yeah, what I would say, because we do want to be fair and we do want to be honest in everything that we're doing, and what I would say is that this could, we could potentially be at -1.5, even though it's showing -2, because you do get the gradation here, but then you're not getting it here. So we could be at -0.5. You can see this is 1 meter.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
We are certainly Flats. We are certainly, for a fact, 100% not above 0 meter. Okay, but we could be -20, -50. We could actually be -1, but we are certainly not above 0. But we're going to take 0 as our reference. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just being kind.
Yeah. Let's be kind and give 0 as our reference. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As that's what I was aiming for. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see that's where we are. So let's have a look where we're actually now looking for the first screenshot, okay? So let's just go bigger with this, so you can see. It is a bit laggier since I joined Restream as well.
Oh, I've just done it as well.
Yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe to Tinfoil Hat Man.
I was literally just about to put it in there and make lies. I've got it in my chat. I've still got it in my box. I'll leave it there for next time.
To get it, I'm already subscribed.
No, I meant so you...
I've been spamming chat.
Why not, man? It's an excellent channel.
So yeah, while he's doing this, I just say thank you, Roger Little, for your super chat earlier. Really appreciate it. It says hit the likes and share the freaking show. Yeah, I agree. Just do it.
I think I've got a free one.
So let's have a look now, zoom in, where we're going to see, like I say, we're going to do a screenshot from here, and then we're going to do a video when we as we go to the right of this, right, okay? But what we're looking at now is this area. Now, sometimes Google Earth with a built-up area will not flatten the textures. However, here, unfortunately, it's flattening the texture. But this here, if you can see my mouse is a pub with a car park here. So the better way to display this, but before I do that, let's just check the elevations. So this road here in the bottom right, it is showing that this road is 4 meters in elevation. And as we come down the banking, it comes down to 3, 2, and then you can see what's happening. This is 4 meters elevation, and this pub is found on a bedrock, a foundation of 4 meters, right? Now, the best way to show you this is by going here. So this is what we're actually looking at. In fact, I'll just come out of Street View and just show you that we are in that place. So let's just come out. So you can see we're in Cleethorpes. We're shooting across here to Kilnsea, a place called Kilnsea here. And this road corners round, and you've got the Crown and Anchor pub here, okay? So this is the crown and anchor. And then if we just grab street view and drop street view in front of that pub. Here we go. That's the crown and anchor. Let's go forward slightly. There we go. That's the pub. So we know that that's sat on a 4 meter elevation. The road's 4 meters. Not this house. And then we are actually shooting from across over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, it's stating this is a 4 meter elevation road, which looks right. That's the area. And we are at a distance of 7.57 miles, so just short of 8 miles, okay? So, what do we see? Bearing in mind, we're on the deck. We're at ground level. We're at surface level. What do we see?
Well, we can see the. Well, they're going to see now. I'm not going to say anything. But while you're doing that, thank you, PJ, for being a member for 23 months. Woohoo! Says, thank the Lord for TFHM and this channel. Bless you all. Bless you, man. You rock.
Yes, man.
Look at that. You can actually see. You can actually see those benches.
Yep.
You can see the. What's awesome, you can even see the shoreline, which you're not supposed to see before that 4 meter height line.
If you look on actual pub sign, you can see that little white sticker as well in corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just put them side by side so we can actually precisely see what we're looking at, okay?
Nice.
So let's go back to this, and there's a bit of ripping in the textures here, but let's just put this side by side, and let's just take stock of this for a couple of minutes, right? Right, because let's just do this.
Can I just point out, guys, this isn't the main observation, just to let you know, this is one of them.
No. It's still amazing.
I'm just showing you this one as a screenshot, and then we'll get into it. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, he's just warming you up.
I've got my
The appetizer.
I've got my rumming coat. Right, so look at that. We know that this road, what this van is on, is 4 meters elevation. This phone box here is quite an iconic British thing that you don't see it now here because they've removed a lot of them from around the country because nobody uses them anymore, do they? They're turning them into defibrillators,
Defibrillators, yeah.
Defibrillators.
Wow, really?
Defibrillators and laborers.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're turning them into some of them into defibrillators, and they're actually removing some of them. So it
There's
looks like
one-
they've removed these.
There's one right corner from me. I think they're using it as a toilet.
So we know. So these phone boxes, they're 2.7 meter high, and so we can get we know that this building here, this pub, is no more than what, 6 meters high. Could we agree on
5. I'll
this?
say 5 meters.
Yeah, about that.
I'd say 5.5.
Yeah.
We're gonna say no more than 6. Yeah.
Yep.
So we know that this pub is sat on 4 meters and this road is 4 meters. So we know 9.5 meters is roughly, to the top of this building down to here. Yeah. So what does the stupid Walter Bislin, very deceitful surface eye level differential garbage calculator tell us? Well, it doesn't allow us to actually put 0 in.
No, of course not.
And
So
guess
let's put-
what? You can go to 0.001.
Yeah, so let's put 1 millimeter in.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got a target distance of 7.57 miles. We've got my focal length, 2,800 mil. And
you're
then
just gonna-
what's our target size? Well, let's be generous and say that
6
house
meters,
is 6.
yeah.
That house is 6, and that elevation is 4. So 10
then-
meters. Yeah.
And let's put standard refraction just for the globies so they don't cry.
Well, we'll do that in a minute, but
But after
Just-
this, yeah.
but now what's it showing? 11.5 meters.
Crazy.
So
It's
should we
double. It's
completely-
double what it's supposed to be seen.
So
Yeah.
because this should 11.4 meters, according to the globe. What is this globe thing? These calculations or whatever on earth it is that they're telling us that it is. this would be down here, and you just see sand.
You won't see nothing. You'll
Won't
see
see
sand.
it.
Yeah.
Look at the
Flat covered completely.
look at the distance from eye because we know the scope is certainly at 0 meters, if not a little lower. Look at what the distance for their geometric physical horizon is: 112 meters away. Right? So 100.
It's not even. It's not even supposed to meet. You're not even supposed to see the bottom of that
No.
slanted hill there at all. You're supposed to be seeing. Not even supposed to be the roof.
Yeah,
Of
you might if you're lucky, you might see roof.
Tip of it, the very tip
even.
of it, maybe. I wouldn't even say it's about 11 meters.
Well,
Let's say 10 from the bottom of that. Where you can see the
Let's now add this refractor gravelax.
Yeah, let's add their standard standard terrestrial refraction, which we know is just an absolute load of garbage.
joke.
Let's add it, and 9.5 meters.
You're still not supposed to see it.
still
Not supposed to see nothing.
Can
And guys,
I just point out, Flats? Sorry to interrupt you. Can I just point out that the world's largest giraffe, and you'll know this, Flats, there's a giraffe called Forrest, according to the World Guinness Records, and stood at an amazing 5.7 meters in height. The world's largest giraffe.
yeah, and that shows you how much is supposed to be hidden in the globe violation, idiotic reification model that just violates natural law.
The globe is a fantasy, you see. It's like it's not even like there's two opponents in the ring at a boxing
No debate.
match.
There's no
There
debate.
isn't a blue corner with a guy sat there and a red corner with a red guy sat there. There's only flat earth in the blue corner. And then in everybody else's imagination, there's a guy in the red corner jumping around, pumping his fists and his gloves together. But he's not really there because there is no globe.
There's no fight in him.
It's swing ball, isn't it? And you're playing on your own.
Yeah, there's no debate here. There's not. What are you going to do? Have a debate with the local inpatient down at the local mental asylum that says that they're Elvis Presley? Do you know what I mean? You're not going to have a conversation with them, are you?
Well, speaking of people that's supposed to be in the mental asylum, I'm quickly went over to Sean Hawkins' channel, and it doesn't look like he believes you there because he's on Google Earth himself now trying to look through.
No doubt. Straight away
Like,
with the
it's the same as when Where's Wally didn't believe Michael looking at turbines while Michael was there.
No, exactly.
Oh man,
They tell you you're wrong and they've never been to the place, but you've actually literally been there doing it. They're saying you're wrong.
Well, this is thing. You've got some guy sat on his armchair 2,000, 3,000 miles away, telling you where you're looking on a beach that you've been to that he hasn't. And he's trying to tell you are not looking in the direction that you're looking. Crazy.
But do you see, like, if this had been better than average visibility, and the sun had have actually been shining on it because it's only daylight.
Yeah, it's a murky day there.
Yeah, it's average visibility at best. But look at what we see. We can even see the little right Tetley's sign, which is here. You know, look at that. There is no globe. We've rocked up on a beach. Try to get the telescope at roughly that 0 meter surface level so we can look down just like we can look down a snooker cue or any other form of like box section aluminium or piece of wood, and we can determine for 100% fact with for definite whether there is curve present, whether it's warped, whether it's straight or flat, you see.
But notice, even their beloved Earth curve calculator, we're giving them just above 1 meter. You're not even supposed to be below the 1 meter, which they don't give that option. Yeah. And they're still not supposed to see it, even with their beloved refraction that they claim.
Not effectively none of that image that's on the screen. There.
No, there should be nothing. You should just see sand.
There's no because there's no ball.
There's no ball, exactly.
We're looking.
By the way, isn't with the geometric ball, isn't something supposed to be, you know, because it's leaning away, it will get lower even more exponentially?
Yep.
So how are we seeing this?
Exactly. I mean, look, to the point you can even see the gut ring, the drains running down the wall.
You can see everything.
There's no distortion. There's none of that stretching it like where it makes it look taller or wider. You know, it's
I mean, resolution, like, it just seems a bit blurry, but everything is everything's seeable.
it's like I said just before the show started. It looks like I'm 10 meters down beach and I'm taking a photo with a crappy camera.
Aye, absolutely.
But anybody can go and verify this observation because that is 115 times magnification. So if you've got a P900 at 83 times or a P1000 at 125 times, you're going to go and have a fun time, and you're also going to verify that observation.
Aye.
Mhm.
So it's not, do you know what I mean? It's there it is. It's right in front of you, and that's like we'll move on to the main event.
Yeah, this
Well-
is still the beginning, guys. This is the appetizer, by the way. The other one's even worse.
There's a guy in chat just wanting to know how you actually take the photo.
How
go.
to
So if you just if you want to know, so what is actually happening is if we just go to the image, you'll see here that I have a smartphone attached to a holder. So what happens is you have 3-axis adjustments, and what you're trying to do is to get the lens of the smartphone, which is an iPhone 12 Max Pro Max. You're trying to get the lens, whichever lens that you're using, directly over the eyepiece, just like you would when you put your eye over it. So what happens is basically you get all this configured and set up and tightened up, and then hit record, and then that will be recording through the eyepiece, which is then giving you this. And
It mentioned that you can see side at telescopic bottom corner. Can you explain?
you can see what?
It's just
Inside
the guy
the
in chat
frame,
says you
the
can
bottom.
see edge at telescoping corner. Can you just explain
This here.
that?
yeah, that's what we say.
Okay, no. So what happens here is it's a very, very blustery and windy day, right? Conditions were awful, right? Like I told you, wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. So I got on the beach, it's 40 kilograms of equipment. I set everything up, yeah, and I'm just fighting these conditions. I'm fighting average visibility and winds and everything, right? And so I've not quite got this smartphone exactly bang over. Do you see?
Right.
Yeah, that's why you see that vignation on the end.
So because I've not quite got this, if conditions had been more favorable and I hadn't have been like in more of a pressurized situation, I would have spent much more time, because it's very important to get this exactly over the eyepiece, because then when I want to then twist the zoom, it needs to be absolutely bang on and precise. But it's very difficult with the weather conditions that I found myself in to get the absolute precision. So I'm just glad I got this.
Amen. Yeah, that's perfect.
Amazing.
Just quickly, Tinfoil. There's a guy in chat who lives somewhere around that area, and he's saying get to Ingermells and you can film Norfolk coast. It's about
35.
30 odd miles or something.
Yeah,
Ooh.
35 miles away or something.
Yeah. Right. So this is observations that are lined up and coming. They're going to be unbelievably phenomenal. You're not going to believe stuff. I was surprised at certain things. So as you start raising elevation and stuff, honestly, 30, 40 miles is it doesn't even break a sweat. The scope will show you somebody. The scope can show you somebody walking into their front door at 40 miles
Nice.
without even thinking about it, right?
That's good.
So there's plenty of observations, but this is a very, very extremely important observation, right? Because like I say, you can, of course, all observations from around at different elevations and stuff like that, they're all showing and demonstrating and proving flat Earth. But where you want to be, right? At least where I wanted to be for this observation is as close to this ground, the surface line as possible, so that anybody can do it now. Grab an umbrella, grab a snooker cue, grab anything, a piece of wood. If you want to look down that and determine whether it's bent, and of course, maybe a piece of wood or a box section aluminium that we were doing, Michael, them 4.8 meter long ones. Maybe they've got 4 sides, so you can flick them round and you can see the warping or the curve or the bend, whether they're bent or not from different sides. Well, we're looking across one surface. But still, if we've got reference points at the end, like that pub there, that's the reference point at the end of 7.57 miles. And what do we know about miles? Well, they're linear straight units of measurement. 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 10 centimeters, 30 centimeters. Everybody's seen a 30 centimeter ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is that? It's a linear straight distance. So as soon as you go out to what a mile is 1,609 meters, is it? If I stand corrected. So you're just looking straight line linear measurements straight across. So what, just short of 8 miles? You've got your reference point at the end of it, which is the pub, which is equivalent to like the tip of the snooker cue at the end. Once you're looking down it and you get it to your eye. Now our eyes are fantastic cameras, aren't they? They're almost the best cameras ever. It's just that they are
Very
limited.
advanced.
They have,
Yeah,
they have
very advanced.
limitations.
This is where we've been tricked though, because it's curvature is just how they've twisted how we see things, and then they tell you that you can't see these things. So that's the trick that they're playing.
Yeah, they've hijacked perspective, optical dissolution points, all this stuff. But the simple fact of the matter is that you can, via observation, for a 100% fact, prove whether some aspect or surface is curving, bent or warped, or whether it's straight and flat or not. We know that to be true in everyday life. We know I've done it myself when I've built outbuildings and when I've been doing the allotment and stuff. I've been looking down pieces of wood and I can determine whether they're straight or bent or not. And that's it. You move on. Once you've established whether it's straight and flat or bent or not, you just move on because it's a done deal, and you've done that from observation alone. And so we just know now, looking straight across there, we're looking straight flat plane, and we see the pub at the end. We see everything resolved down to the bottom. There's nothing missing. There's nothing hidden. And there we go. And you can just determine straight away it's a straight flat plane. There you go. End of story. Move on.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, what they claim is not what we observe. It's as simple as that. And that means they're wrong. It's impossible, even with their magic believing of their love for having excuses like refraction is even shown wrong. So the fact that we are able to show these things shows, hang on, if you guys are honest, you should say, yeah, maybe what I've been pushing is wrong. You know what I mean? It's really interesting to see people fight tooth and nail for something that's shown wrong demonstrably.
Well, on screen in front of your very eyes is the evidence, 100% proving it's a straight flat plane.
Exactly. I just want to say thank you, Roger, for another $5 super chat. He says, "Hi, Sean. Love you so much. Thanks for sharing the show. You wonderful person." Yeah, guys. Oh man, but yeah, I'm really appreciating you coming on, man. This is awesome. Like I said, guys, this isn't even my favorite one. We're gonna still get to the favorite one.
Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to 2 minutes 45 video footage. So let's get a rough idea of where we're looking, because again, unfortunately, here in Google Earth, and let me just make this bigger, and then we can we'll have a good look at where we're looking in the area, and we're gonna look at some stock photographs and stuff. So we can just get a really good idea of where we're looking when we watch this video, right? So what's actually happening here, all I've done is I've just moved the end point from the pub, and we're just panning right. This is Sperm Point. And if we zoom in, you'll see we've got a pier jetty coming out. And then what you'll see over here is that this old high lighthouse. Again, it's a flattened texture, but let's just get in. You'll see it. Okay, and all of this elevation around here, that this lighthouse.
Whoa. Sorry, can we just pause it quickly? I just want to say Christian is in Sean saying we are lying about the height, saying we are many meters above. That's a lie, Christian.
What's he saying that for?
Because he doesn't understand that he even explained the elevation beforehand. He's minus. The only reason he's put 0 is because that's the lowest he can go on the calculator. It's actually below 0.
When Christian tries to come back here, he won't be coming back here if he's lying.
He's not much of a Christian if he does that, is he?
Here's a sock. He only made it the other week. He only made it 8 days ago.
We do have to understand, guys. There's going to be a lot of pain and fallout associated with an observation such as this. So you have to let me. I mean, if you want to call me a liar, well then,
but
it's very sad that you feel that you have to do that. But
the thing is, though, Tim File, he wants to come and hang out in this chat, and then he's gone over to somebody else's chat and lied, and then he'll think he can come back here, and it's all good, like, and I can't be doing with people like that.
Yeah,
well, what I'd say to Christian is, I'll speak directly to him. What I'd say to him is, Christian, grab yourself a P1000 camera. They're not too expensive. You can pick them up secondhand for about £500 on eBay. I don't know where you are. Get yourself over to this location. The coordinates are here, and look for yourself if you're going to start calling me a liar about my heights and everything. But what I would finally say is to Christian or to anybody else like Christian, is that there are consequences, repercussions, and ramifications for denying reality.
Mhm.
Do not think for one moment, right, that everybody, we live in such a day and age where everybody seems to believe and think that there's no accountability for anything they say, anything that they do, right? But one way or another, whether it be today, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be in this life or the next, to quote Gladiator, basically you will find yourself that reality will win, will bite you in the ass. If you think for one moment everybody's warning you that you're on a train track and you just deny reality, you're coming into contact with a train.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
So just deny reality. Deny reality at your peril.
Yep. You've been weighed, you've been measured, and you've been found wanting.
And that's what I would say to Christian. Anybody else want to say anything to him?
Well said.
He's lying again. Shame. Well, he's gone totally now because he says we blocked him. That's a lie.
No, Vicky hit him. Hit him. Vicky hit him.
He's blocked. He's blocked now, but before that.
All right. Yeah. Right. Got you.
Well, let's hope that people like Christian
go on, yeah.
come fight against that denying reality and actually come and see sense, and see reality for what it is. Let's hope he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the area, sperm point. So let's just have a look over here. Again, we're looking at flattened textures. But you've got Old High Lighthouse here, which is sat, and again, it might be difficult to read in the bottom right, but again, please feel free, check all this out. It's 1 meter all around here. And over here, you've got some fence posts. I don't know if you can just see, again, flattened textures, but there's some fence posts coming out.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got another lighthouse. So this is the Old High Lighthouse. And then you've got Easington Lighthouse again. It's a flattened texture here. Okay. And then you've got that jetty that I just showed you. Okay. Which is here. Okay. So let's just take a look at a few pictures, right? So we can get a bit of an idea of the area, right? So these are those posts. Let's just scroll down. So this is the Old High Lighthouse. That's the jetty. These are just stock information I've found from people who have been out on walks and have taken pictures. But you can just give you so we can just get a feel for the area of where we're about to view this video footage from. Okay. So let's go to the next one. So if you can see
that one,
let me just zoom in a bit. So let's just go in a minute. Okay, so you can see in the background those wood posts. Again, look, you can see Old High Lighthouse. You can see how it's sat in relation to everything. And all this newer lighthouse, you can see where that is. Okay, that's a beacon. Okay, so let's just look at some information here. So the Spurnlaw High Lighthouse, which is this one, is 27 meters. It actually had, if you read about it, actually had a lantern in the top, but they replaced it with a water tower. This is actually a water tower at the top.
Right.
But it's 27 meters, okay? And then if you look at this lighthouse, so that's Spurn Low Lighthouse, and this is Spurn High Lighthouse, Spurn Point Lighthouse, so that's 39 meters, okay? Let's just go here. So this is an important image because it's somebody, just a few meters away from this lighthouse, taking this. Again, just notice here the water line, the watermarks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is going to be a really important picture that we reference in the video here. Okay, so this is literally the view that we're looking at. Yeah, so we're looking, and we'll look at the distances here. So to this Old High Lighthouse, we are 6.12 miles. Remember, we're being generous, but we are on the deck. So we're 0 meters or 1 millimeter. And that would mean in the fantasy ball world that 7.5 meters of that lighthouse. Yeah, wouldn't be there. So let's just go back. Yeah, that's the jetty. So let's just do this now then. Let's roll this video. And then what we'll do is we'll just I don't know whether to run it side by side with that. What do you reckon, Flats? Shall I just run through it once?
Yeah, because it's important to show this in reference because, guys, you're going to see the... yeah, well, just put it side by side, then they'll see.
All right. Yeah, no worries. All right, so and then we can run it again, full screen or whatever.
Yeah.
We can do whatever, mate, yeah? All right, so this is the video footage. Once again, bear in mind, we're 0 meter. Our eyes are on the deck, effectively, if not a little bit lower. And we're going to watch 2 minutes 45 shooting from, and let's just quickly let me just quickly show you, so we're just clear on what we're doing. We're shooting from Cleethorpes Beach, that same vantage and location. Here we go. And we're shooting over, that is in direct line of sight to that old high lighthouse, the one that's on the beach, effectively 0 and 1 meter.
Okay. Remember, guys, for people that just joined, that is -2 meters, okay? Because he's in like a little divot in the ocean floor bed. So and his gear is only about 1.5 meters. So it's actually a 0.5 meter below sea level.
No, the gear is 1 meter, Matt.
1 meter. So it's 1 meter below sea level. We're just giving it 0 to be kind to the globe.
Wow, man.
We
So
can't
when
even
you get people making excuses saying it's not the height, it's just them very buttered that their globe's crumbling in front of their eyes.
Flats, you can't input -1 into any of these
No, you
globe
can't.
calculators.
Doesn't exist. Exactly.
Right, so what do we see? So let's get that other image back up. There we go. Right. So you'll see. And look at the telescope shake.
I love
Look
this.
at the
That's how windy it is.
Look at the air turbulence of the wind pouring away. So there's those posts that I just showed you. You can see them just here. These are the posts, and we're going to pan right, and this lighthouse is going to come into view. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And these posts, I haven't been to measure them, but they're probably no more than about 1 meter or 2. And these are 6.2 miles away. That would be 8 meters. But we're seeing everything. We're seeing all the shore, all the banking going up. Importantly, boom.
Uh-oh. I love this part. Why are you
Right.
seeing the bottom of that lighthouse?
Importantly,
Mm-hmm.
forgot to show you the elevation, all of this background elevation that you see here. Google Earth is displaying all of this background. So this lighthouse that you see in the top right corner, which you'll see in a minute, come more into view, is sat, according to Google Earth, on an elevation of 6 meters, 5-6 meters. And there isn't anything around here, around the back, that's like higher than like 8 meters. You can check it all out for yourself and have a look for yourself. But look, 6 meters, 5 meters, 4 meters, 6 meters. When you start coming down here, you're like, look, you get like 6 meters, 7 meters, 5. So all of this around here. So we're seeing now this direct line of sight, this lighthouse here, and this one to the right hand side in the background. And all of this is 5-6 meters that this back telescope, back lighthouse is sat on. But watch.
I mean, look at that. You're not supposed to see any of that at all. And why are we seeing more of the back lighthouse and you further away than what those people took closer?
Look, we've got the little seagull, fat seagull on the deck in the foreground.
with a worm in his mouth. I'm joking.
But I mean, even the moss and all that stuff is shown at the
Look,
bottom.
You can
if
see
you-
that. You can see this water line. You can see Flats, this water line, and
Mhm.
this you can see distinctly. Okay, yeah, it's average visibility there, but look, you can see,
It's
See
everything.
right to the ground.
and
Yeah.
we're not quite at the low tide point, so we're not at the point. There is a little bit of water, but look at what we're seeing.
Well,
Yep.
It's. How can you deny that, man?
Behold,
Thomas,
flat
he's
Earth.
Thomas.
Yeah.
He is 2
Welcome,
meters
Flat Earth.
below sea level.
Look,
2 meters
Matt.
below sea level.
We've just had a guy in chat saying, "Oh no, you can't use mean sea level. You've got to use correct height above water."
Oh no.
Oh,
But-
so we're now
but-
going to do we get into a situation where the anti-flat earthers start confusing with mean
Yeah.
lower water level and
Yeah.
mean higher water level and
Yeah.
referencing against a mean sea level. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We can go into that as well, Flats. But look at the chubby seagulls and deck in before. So
It's crazy.
you're about to see a boat come across. So that's that jetty coming out. And you'll see now a boat comes in front, and you'll see. I'll show you what's going on. But look, you just see all of everything.
How are you seeing even that jetty at the back there? I mean,
Because it's a straight flat plane. It's
Yeah.
not. You don't live on a globe. Here we
And
go.
there's- oh, look
Here
at that.
comes the boat. In the
You can see the plimsoll line on the ship even.
look at all the water splashing up. Right. So let me just show you what's going on
Wow.
here. So look, we're shooting across. And I told you it's a busy shipping lane because they're all going up to Hull. So obviously that boat's come in through here, and it's coming through, and it's in
Mhm.
between us. It's somewhere in between us. So it's coming in between, and again we're 6.12 miles to that old high lighthouse, and 6 miles. It's all around 6 miles to that jetty and everything. And then look, the boat comes in front. I didn't focus on the boat because I was struggling with. It really just belies what the weather conditions I faced. It was so windy. I'm really pleased with how stable the tripod and the equipment is, because you can see all the telescope shake, but it's quickly resolving itself. So that means it's a good setup, you know.
Yeah.
But I was
Well,
really
it's-
fighting with bad
I mean,
conditions.
but if you look how clear this is compared to what you would use with something like the P1000 or something, it's a big difference.
Yeah, because you get massive aperture and you get massive light coming in, so you get
Yeah.
side by
That's
side
what
the
I
same
like.
magnifications. This will kill a P1.
I mean, if you look at this and say anything but flat, then you should go book yourself in at the nearest psychologist because something's wrong.
So look, we just see everything. We just see all of these little wooden structures on the ground. That's 6.2, 6.3 miles. Look, we're just looking straight.
But
across.
I mean, if we're looking at the advanced Earth curve calculator to just that lighthouse alone, okay, with the standard fraction, it's supposed to be 6 meters hidden. That's at above sea level. How's that?
No globe, mate.
So you shouldn't see any of what we're seeing in the bottom there at all. At all.
There's no globe, mate. That's why.
There's no globe. I mean, even
fantasy. The telescope is showing you. It's showing anybody who cares to view this with an honest mind that there's no look. And the thing is, you know, we'll do it in a minute. We'll just zoom out and we'll just show this ball that Google Earth shows us that we're on. And you know, there's several things that, you know, there must be curvature on a sphere at 0 meter points to 0 meter points. Whenever you've got direct line of sight, they must exhibit curvature. Period.
Mhm.
You know, it's a sphere.
But you know what's really odd about this? Because if you look at the back lighthouse, okay,
Yeah.
why does it look like it's not dropping down in the view? Because usually when you look to a curved surface, if something's further away, it should be dropping, not rising.
In fairness, it's not, you know, it's not massive. It's only like, point
yeah,
one of
it's-
a mile behind the other one. But just look at what we're looking at. We're just looking at I can show you all of these, and please check it out for yourself. But all of these structures here, these jetty, they're all got. I can show you those. Look on Google Earth. Let's just go there and do that.
guys, you know what? We should contact Will Duffy and say, you want to do a final experiment? Pay the guys to go sit in that divot and take the same observation and show it curving.
Well, for some strange reason, I've been hearing about this final experiment, and what he's doing is the equivalent of deciding to like check what the nature and aspect and the surfaces of something, an object on the ground, and then he's what's he doing? He's not even looking at it. He's going and looking up at the sun.
Yeah, it's exactly
Well,
that.
what
Let me
would
look
you
at
do
my
if you
ceiling. Let me
why
look at
would
my
you do
ceiling
that,
to see
Mark?
if my floor's level.
Yeah. I'm just going to go and look up there, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what the nature and the surface and the aspect of the ground is.
It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, and I mean, his whole thing is based on a false dichotomy anyway. It's not going to prove globe or flat at all. But something like this shows without a doubt it's flat.
So look at this.
There's no contention.
Yeah. Look at this. There's no debate here. Yeah. There's the scope is showing you what's happening. So this jetty coming out. I'm sorry to interrupt you and talk over.
No, go ahead,
I don't mean to, Flats. Yeah, if you look, you'll see, you'll see, and again, it's a shame because it's flattened the textures here. But if you look at the elevations, look, 3 meters. If you can see my mouse at 2 meters, 1 meter, 40 centimeters. 0 centimeters here, 0 meters here. So let's just come out a bit. So look, you can see, these all these coming out, and yet what do we see? Let's just go back. Look, what do we see with this jetty? The lot,
Nice.
everything, the lot.
Nice.
I love the fat chubby seagulls. Just look, I wish I'd have
Boy, yeah.
focused in on him, but I would just fight in bad conditions. Look at the jetty.
Oh, man. Legs all over the place.
Even that buoy,
That's what I'm saying. There's been a few.
even the buoy shouldn't be seen at that distance.
No.
Do you guys know, based on your globe, that the ship, you shouldn't even see that blue part of the ship?
No, that's it. That's it. And
It should be covered. It should be a wall of sand. You shouldn't even see that water.
This is brilliant, man. Brilliant observations.
That's what I said. This to me is awesome.
Absolutely, man.
So what's the excuse, guys? Well, so far the only excuse we have is you're not at your elevation that you claim, literally giving
Just
the
lies.
actual elevation profile to the people
So,
and giving the exactly pinpoint position.
so on that, what's he supposed to do? Rock up to the beach and create a platform and make himself higher?
But remember,
He's floating in midair, apparently.
But remember what I said. Just because, if somebody points out and says you're on a train track and you go, "Oh, no, you're lying to me."
That's right.
Do you see what I mean?
It doesn't stop the truth being the truth. That's it. Like you say, it's not going to stop that train hitting you hard, whether you deny it or not. Truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny these. There's no excuse for it. No reasons. No, I mean, you can't come up with any reasons on your side.
Speaking of train tracks, there's datum points all the way down lengths of track, all across England, and they're all in reference to sea level, mean sea level.
Yeah. But I want to ask you, based on where it is now. Okay, let's look at that water line that's showing there. and stuff,
Let's just
okay?
pause it here a minute, Flats. Yeah, let's just 1 minute.
How-
And what we're going to do is we're going to go. I'm going to resize the screen so we can get these looking pretty much the same size. Okay, so let's just wait. If we just give it
Yeah,
1
but-
minute. Here we go. Hang on.
But I just want to ask a question, though, based on when the high tide. How high is high tide there?
I think it's around the 7 meter mark, and I think it goes down to a low of about 0.5. But like I say, we need to get into just understand mean low water. Let's just pause it here a minute. Just get a roughly. Oh, that'll do.
Too late, Alan. The ball's gone, man. The ball's gone. You smashed it yourself, Alan. I've seen you smashing the globe. Don't be crying for it now, dude. please.
Try and pick the right spot, but
Yeah, high tide is 5.3 meters. So, in actual fact, if it was high tide there, you'll be about 2.5 times under the water.
it's ridiculous, mate. Right? So if we go, if we size this to roughly that, if we can do that, in fact, I'll probably have to resize that down.
While
Roger.
he's
Look,
doing
if we
that,
can get that over here and roughly get this, so we
so
can
you
see.
can get the same. Yeah, exactly. Roger Little, thank you for $2 super chat says, and beyond that jetty, there is still horizon. Yes, go far beyond that, mate. Really appreciate the super chat. Rock.
Inspired.
Look
Okay,
at that.
so we see this. So
Just the
basically,
angular size has changed.
it's 6.1 miles to this from our observer location at a very generous 0 meter surface level, right?
Mhm.
When we know that according to the stupid globe Fantasyland, it after 112 meters it starts dropping with the curve, which is obviously doesn't happen. Look at what we see.
Just the angular size changed. Size has changed from the what's remember these guys taking this photo on the left was close to it.
Yeah,
okay?
look at they're what, a few meters away, what, 10, 20
Uh-huh.
meters? What are they?
And you can see exactly the same amount of lighthouse compared to what Tinfoil Man was at 6 miles away.
6 miles, yeah? 6.1 miles.
How?
It's like
How
I'm
is it low?
it's like I'm stood here taking the image
Yeah.
here.
How if globe?
Sorry,
Well,
guys,
and-
gotta go.
Cheers.
Yes,
Thanks
yeah,
for joining us. And
See you,
notice, guys, also that these people taking this photo that was closer was higher in elevation as well. Okay, they weren't in the divot like him as well. So they're actually higher elevation than him and much closer.
Yep. And
And he's still able to see exactly the same.
So
6
Flats-
miles away, 2 meters under the under the sea.
so Flats, we know that this is 27 meters.
Hmm.
So, and you can see these watermarks here. These sort of two distinct ones, and you can see here and here. Look at that. It's 6.1 miles. We see effectively like that's the beauty of the scope. It like portals you, and it's just like you're there, isn't it?
Exactly.
And all of this in the background, you see, Google Earth is saying that this is 5-6 meters. This lighthouse is sat on 5-6 meters. So you've got all this, but you look at the state of that.
It's crazy. There's no coming back from this, guys. That's why I said this is like even better than the original Black Swan. Actually, the original Black Swan was showing horizons, perfect, but this one shows that even their refraction can't do anything.
But look at this. This is what we're this is what we're told we're on. And so this is what children are educated and indoctrinated with. Is look at this. This is what they tell us that we're on. Yeah.
Sorry.
So any point as you spin this thing around, which we all know that this is a lot of us know that this has come from flat Earth elevation angles
Exactly.
to Polaris, and we know how these just gets wrapped on this cylinder and then wrapped around a ball, and it's just garbage, right? But the point is, the really important point, right, is that on this sphere, look, right, no matter where you zoom, we're in the UK, but no matter where you go, wherever you zoom in here, there's going to be curvature, right? And so the important bits are like, if you can get to direct line of sight, you don't want anything blocking your view. You must not have anything blocking your view. So you can do it on, with topography on land and stuff, but what I was aiming for is, look, 0 meter to 0 meter. So anywhere you zoom around on this thing, anywhere you go in, Google Earth is displaying and saying that these are 0 meter, these points, yeah. So anywhere, any mileage, 1 mile, when your eye is on the deck or the telescope or the camera or whatever is on the deck, right, on the ground at 0 meter, is the best place to be, right? And you want direct line of sight, there must always be curvature. You must never at 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 6 mile, 10 mile, 50 mile, 100 mile, 1,000 mile, whatever. You don't see, if you've got reference points on here, you're not going to see this stuff, are you? You're certainly not going to see it to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So anywhere you go, it doesn't matter. It's not just the UK or we're locally flat and all this lot. It's just like anywhere you go. That's why. Yes, the scope is powerful. Yes, there's going to be more observations. It's going to be incredible from heights and stuff like that. But look, we're on the deck, and 6 miles just tells us straight away. Boom, there, no curve. It's straight flat. It's just over and done with. Deal done.
Yeah.
Over, done.
I mean, how can anybody claim anything other than what we see? That's the thing that's really odd. How can anyone claim different?
Well, we've had our eyeballs hijacked. We've had our minds hijacked. Indoctrinated with this. It's indoctrination's everywhere, isn't it? It's not just school. It's everywhere. Movies, adverts, everything. The lot. It's all part of society. To constantly tell us that this is the thing that we're on, but it's clearly, obviously, demonstrably, and provably beyond any doubt, and certainly beyond any reasonable doubt that is not true.
So, but I'm definitely going to be presenting this in my debate on
Just
Sunday.
Just quickly though, even with this globe Earth, right, what that bit that you're looking at now shows a globe, but when you zoom into that and you get down to the real topography, it presents like flat Earth, like you're observing tinfoil. You know what I mean? Why is that?
Yeah, we go flat. But like I'm saying, anyway, anybody can go and test this for yourself. It's all right calling me a liar, isn't it? But just wherever you are, go and get a camera, go and get it with a reasonable zoom, and just get yourself 0 meter. Find somewhere that you've got direct line of sight to, and you'll just prove it to yourself. Anyway, if you're that way inclined, because I've got to admit, I was a baller for many years, just like everybody else. But I've got to admit, I wanted to go and see for myself. Hence why I've got all these telescopes, and I treat these observations extremely seriously. It's pretty offensive, isn't it, when after all this, somebody comes along and tells you, "Oh, you're lying about the height," but you can clearly see where
that's
I am.
all
You can
they've
clearly
got,
prove
though,
it
man.
to yourself.
That's all they got. But I mean, even though you're literally showing a pinpoint position of where you were. You're showing the elevation angle.
But not one of them Globers who will call you a liar or tell you that you're not at height you say you are and that. Not one of them will get him sent down there and do it and check and prove that you're a liar.
No.
They'll just call you a liar.
Absolutely. One try it for
themselves. You're right, Mike, because there's a difference, isn't there, between people who are unknowing because they've been indoctrinated, educated, not paid a second thought to it. There's a difference between people who know, but people and those that don't, and so people who are like interested in this subject and they're in the charts and they're, then you owe it to yourself to go and prove it to yourself. You can't just remain, just like.
I mean, they don't do it themselves.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know if I'm wording that.
They don't do it themselves, but they're fast to criticize you and how you're doing it. But they've never ever done it themselves.
Yeah, but just go and prove it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's easy. It's relatively easy to do. And the good thing about this observation is these coordinates and stuff. Like saying, anybody grab a P900 and you're gonna get results that'll show you what's going on. Yes, the scope gives you better imagery and stuff like that. But look at that.
What are your coordinates again? Because you can't really see it on screen.
Yeah, sure. The 53.5666. 09, comma, and then it's space minus 0.03 1127. And then that, if you punch that either into Google Earth, Google Maps, it'll take you to the pinpoint location on the beach where I was, and I was on a beach. And again, anybody trying to reeks of desperation, doesn't it? Anybody trying to raise my elevation.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
But as you do that,
then everybody can read it themselves.
Cool. When you start talking about mean sea level, you've also got MHH, you've got MSL, which is mean sea level, and you've got MHHW and MLLW, right? And they are tidal datums, all of them, MSL, MLLW, and MHHW, are all tidal datums of mean higher high water, mean sea level, and mean lower low water. right, as defined by NOAA's National Ocean Service, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tidal datum. So all I'd say is that just make sure that anybody who's trying to, use any sort of mean sea level arguments, just to make sure you understand where they're getting the references from and everything, and they're giving you, because they can easily confuse you half to death with all that lot. So you just get it. Just make sure that people are not messing around with you. Yeah. But he's just plain to see. You don't. He's just there. The telescope's just showing you. What it's in your face. There you go. It's like
it doesn't bend out around corners and over hills.
At least my father is struggling and everything, but at least he's honest enough to say to this that I showed him, when I said explain it, and he said I can't. Well, at least that's honest, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because he's struggling with it and everything, and you've got to bet that's for some people. It comes very quickly, doesn't it? Almost in a split second for some people. It's like, oh yeah, it's not a globe.
And I think
for other people, they really struggle with it. We have to understand that some people are really, really internally struggling for weeks, months, years. They can't believe the deception can go on such a, to such a degree. And these people are struggling.
Yeah. I think we don't, and I think we should factor that in. We deal with people and we're quite short with them. You know what I mean? But it really is, for some people, it's like life destroying. It's like the mind can't take it.
Can't fathom it.
It's a big, it's a big deal for them, isn't it? For them to try and realize and understand that they've been deceived and lied to on such a grand scale. It's almost like some people can't function without the ball, because if their brains would melt and fizzle if they allowed the truth to come in or something. But I'm sorry, but you've got to stand up to the plate at the end of the day. And what are we interested in here? All I've ever been interested in doing these observations right from the get go, a year or so ago until present. All I'm interested in is the truth. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Like, why do you have to be attacked for this, though? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
because people don't like the evidence, do they? They want to attack the evidence and stuff. But
when you're out with your scope, people come up and they're asking questions and they're right interested. I mean, that's normal people, but we're dealing with these people who are like, first thing they're gonna do is just call you a liar, and they can't even back that up. What I mean?
Hey, Mike, you know more than anybody that when people, because you rock up anywhere with this type of equipment and stuff, and you always have people coming up, don't you? And you know better than anybody that seed and that what they've been presented with, what they've looked at, and what they've then had it described to them as being is look, so it's flat, there's no ball and stuff. You've seen for yourself firsthand how many people are, it's not like this whole anti-flat Earth world and everything. People actually just like go, what? Wow, what I mean? Remember that woman? And she was like, wow, so you're saying it's flat? And it's like, yeah, well, I'm not saying
that woman while I was wrestling with Umbrella.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, mate. Yeah. I've never seen out like that. Michael trying to wrestle with an umbrella in the wind. I've never seen out like that. But,
nice.
Yeah, but people approach you, and then you say to them, "Look at that," and and a lot of people don't even really know much about the globe, do they? They just know that that's what they've been told, and they don't really know much about it or anything. But as soon as
that's sort of what I was like, I never really give it any thought,
But most people don't want all these, massively convoluted arguments, and it's just like, look, it's a 25,000 mile circumference sphere that we're told that we're on. Well, we're looking over there at 10, 20, 30 miles, whatever it is, and it's just impossible, And you just see something in the brain, God, and how many people as well, Mike, after were like, saying, oh yeah, I'll check your channel out and all that, like.
Yeah. Nice.
No, so it's unbelievable, yeah. But all I'm interested in is the evidence of the matter and the truth, and it's established fact.
Right there in front of you.
We're on a
Right.
we're on a straight, flat surface. Look, you know.
That's it. That's it.
So I mean, that's kind of like what the end of my presentation, if that's what it was. But yeah, it wasn't a
Well-
formal presentation.
Best
Well, what you're doing-
presentation I've seen in a long time.
Telling you, man.
It's brilliant. Tony Whitcomb, thank you for your £10 super chat. Says Globers hate reality, keeps them in false reality as their proof of their nonsense is non-existent. 100% agree, man.
Two
Thank you
wolves.
very much. You
Two
rock,
wolves.
Tony. Yeah.
Two Wolves was just saying that he was just thinking about it for that, man. Two Wolves.
Hey, Tools, good to see you, man. But thank you again, Tony, for the super chat. Really appreciate it, man. You rock. So yeah, you see, the thing is, what I love about this, it's honest.
That's right.
There's no beating about the bush. This is where you were. You give everything. You give your height. You give you the kind of equipment you used. Everything. This is as clear as can come. So they can't even say super looming firstic aliodosis rubbish refraction that they want. It's just impossible on a globe, no matter how you look at it, even with their magic refraction. There's just nothing here. There's
And
nothing.
And like
You-
I've witnessed taking this scope out. Obviously, what smaller one that I witnessed, like, but you know, carting it about, and you're out like. I couldn't wait to get back in car when I were in last time. It was freezing, you know what I mean? Wind blowing you about. I was wrestling with Broly. Your hands are cold. You know, he's trying to line his camera up with scope. You know, it's not nice, is it? All the time, you know, it's not like an holiday. Like you just sat there chilling in a deck chair with your scope looking around, like you're freezing your tits off.
Let me turn the volume up just so you can hear how windy this place is. Okay.
But you see how the honesty gets them. As soon as something honest comes out, they have to go and lie. You know, to try and taint that honesty, that truth. It bugs them.
That wind is buffeting. Yeah. Anyway, it was honestly, like you've just said, Michael. You know, you've been out on.
You can still hear it.
With me, and it's not always pleasant conditions in the UK, is it? Mate? You know what I mean? So
Definitely not.
it's like I say, it's a real testament to the stability of the actual setup, because it's a really solid setup. That even though it is shaking and vibrating when it's being buffeted by the wind, it's quickly resolving itself. You see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bouncing around so that then you can't really make out anything of what you're seeing. So it is a really good, solid, stable setup. So I'm really pleased with that, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean that from my perspective, that's kind of it. That's the
Perfect.
observation over. But if that doesn't categorically 100% demonstrate and prove that we're on a flat Earth, well, I'm really kind of a little bit of a loss as to what to say to you, other than I wish you the best in trying to resolve that extreme cognitive dissonance that is obviously occurring. I wish you luck with it, because you need to come back into firm basis of reality. You really do.
Because if you don't see it, it's got to be willful ignorance, man. It's got to be.
I have to point out Bob Noodle. Great statement, by the way. I agree.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That's
Absolutely.
quite a nice comment from Abala.
That is actually. I was
He's
thinking
on the right path.
it's maybe because he's seen a globe on the screen. He got a little bit.
Well, we're going to see.
Joke.
Be prepared to try and see rebuttals coming from idiots like McToon and FTFE and Bob the Science Guy and all them soon. But what can they actually respond to this? Oh no, he's just lying.
I mean, Sean probably did a live rebuttal to it. You know,
He's still trying.
He's still.
He's practically probably trying to say you're not where you say you are either.
Is he still in minute one of the
I
stream?
don't know. Let's just see. Last time I checked, he was still looking at the pub.
Yeah.
guys, this is not about persuading or convincing.
No.
This is a it is or it isn't. There's no persuading,
No in between.
convincing. There's no. It's like, look, if there is curve on a 25,000 mile sphere, it would be detected, and you're certainly going to detect it with equipment like this.
Yep.
Right? You do not detect it when you are at your eyeballs at effectively at the surface level. You're not detecting it. What are you detecting? You're detecting exactly what you see across a straight flat plane. Yeah. So it is not. It is. Do you see what I mean? It's definitive. An observation like this definitively proves and shows for a fact what the situation is. Do you see? Do you see what I mean?
If you look at this, you're not even supposed to say, "Hang on, wait, curve." If you look at this with an honest thing, you're like, "Well, they've been telling me this curve, and this shows clearly there's no curve. Have I actually observed curve ever?" Well, this would show against that. This is literally the actual black swan, guys. This is the black swan.
It's absolutely concrete evidence and proof. Right in front of your eyes. Look at the pub again. I love that pub. That's going to be the most famous crown and pub in the,
people are going to show up there all of a sudden. It's like, oh, it's going to become a flat earth pub there.
Yeah, flat earth social event. You know what I mean? Let's all go here.
No, I agree.
Actually,
that's really quite cool. You should when you guys go over there sometime, contact the owners. Like, hey, it's like, yeah, we used your guys to prove that there is no curve.
Listen, that's going to go one of two ways, Flats. We'll either all get free drinks or we'll all get kicked out. But look at that pub. Look at that.
But usually people like that are normies and they will welcome you in. They're not like the anti-flat earth bigots, you know what I mean?
There's very, very few people. In fact, I can literally count on a hand, and just believe how many people will approach you, with equipment like that, because people are very curious, aren't they? And then you don't just every day see at these locations. Oh, you want a bonus? You want a bonus observation?
Yeah, you got much more, by the way, guys.
Oh, shall we do a little bonus observation? But yeah, but when you get people approaching you and stuff, which lots of people do and everything, there's very, very few actually walk away from you and you could looking at you and muttering under the breath, "Oh, what an idiot!" You know what I mean? And all this they're curious. They come over and then you just show them. That's all. I'm just showing you what the Earth is. That's it. And they're just their kind of jaws drop open. Do you know what I mean? Just the whole event for them is just sort of awesome for them. Do you know what I mean? And then it's amazing, really. But shall we show you
Yeah.
Let's do this then. Does everyone remember this?
Yes, of course.
Everyone were banging on about this for a while. I weren't.
This was a
the Blackpool Swan.
This is the one where Ranty pissed off to be a Globo, wasn't it?
Well, you see this image. Everyone obviously that's perspective of mountains, but everybody were banging on about the mountains. But this image itself proves flat Earth, because you see this. Do you see this building here, and this situation here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that is 5 meters elevation, and that building there, so you're seeing right down to it, and let's do this then. Hang on. Let's go here. So we have to hop over to the west side now. Let me get these coordinates.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump. That's it.
It's Southport. We have to hop over to the west coast now. I'll just briefly show you this.
Okay, so the main contention so far is you're lying about your elevation. That's it.
No doubt.
Okay, well done, guys. That's all the best you got. Then you're not going to get anywhere, are you?
Ridiculous, isn't it? It's
no, but
thing.
Like I said earlier, if that's what you're going to accuse him of being, then you need to go to that place and prove it.
And prove it.
You can't just say it. You can't be like 2,000 miles away and say it.
Well,
rock up to Cleethorpes Beach and prove that is actually.
Well, Michael, last time I checked, the ocean sits on basins. Okay, so it's literally like a basin. So when you're on the beach, you are higher elevation. You above mean sea level. When you go down, you are literally going down. So that means you are below the actual elevation, the mean sea level point. That's where he was. He was below sea level. So if it was high tide, you can't see him. His head would be below the water and some. In other words, he would be two of him below the water.
But when Google Earth gives you an elevation, that's took from mean sea level, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do globers
Which
not
means
tell us
0
that?
meters.
Do you know when we say show us an accurate globe map? Do they not say Google Earth?
They do. They do.
Yeah.
So if they're going to call him a liar for showing that, then they have to admit that Google Earth's not in any means accurate. Then,
And like you say, you've got to prove that he's lying. You've got to go down there and do that. If that's your accusation, then how else are you going to prove that?
But 0 meter
Well, then
sea level is everywhere around the, on the coast, on the beaches. It's everywhere around the, it's everywhere.
all
But I mean,
elevations measured from mean sea level. Like what the guy was trying to say earlier is sea level changes with tides. Well,
They
if
change
that's
with
the
the
case,
time, that's right, yeah.
then like Mount Everest height changes by tide.
doesn't
Right.
change. No,
It's a ridiculous thing to say.
I doesn't know what level is.
That's why they come up with mean sea level, isn't it? Because it's an average all over the world that they can measure any elevation on Earth from.
Of course.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous to say.
And notice that mean sea level of that datum is based on horizontal.
Okay, just bear with me. I'm just sorting this out. It's all
No
a bit
stress,
laggy.
no stress.
Google Earth's a bit laggy, and I'm just sorting it all out. Hang on a minute.
No stress. Just want to say, appreciate all of you guys. You rock. Hit those likes. We only have 47 likes, but we've got 70 people watching. So the math doesn't add up. What's going on? Hit the likes.
The ad doesn't math up, guys. Come on.
See, math can lie. But yeah, just think to yourself, guys. It's like standing on the side of a swimming pool, and you say, okay, the water's full now. You take that water out and you climb inside the swimming pool. That's practically what he did now. The ocean's tides went, so he went lower than what the ground level is.
Yep.
And he saw what you're not supposed to see below level.
Yep. You know what I mean?
It went so low that even the calculators don't give you a option to say -1 meter below, because he was actually a meter below sea level.
I'm not so sure they understand what's happening when tides are coming in and out either, to be
I
honest.
don't think so. I don't think they do.
It's irrelevant because 0 meter one side to 0 meter the other is a straight horizontal line,
Do they think that the topography's floating on top of it? You know what
I mean,
Going up
think
and
about it. If you have it as 0 meters that we put it was literally meaning you were level with the mean sea level data. So that was at the water at tide is where you would be, but you literally lower than what that is.
Mm.
So it's not hard to understand, guys. He's lower than what he needs, and it still kills what you're supposed to see on your globe by a mile. If we had to say, if we could do -1 meter, it would say no visibility for anything because you just see ground.
Yeah.
But
Back in a few minutes, guys. I just need Lou.
stack that against like what they've presented us as Earth curve. I mean, there's never no information where it's just a random photo. You know, like when they presented this Blackpool picture. You know, there was no information with that. There was just a picture. Oh, look at these mountains, Earth curve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They did it two halves as well.
Look at Lake Pontchartrain that shows like most aggressive curve you'll ever see.
Yeah, but I mean, those things we are able to explain optically. We're able to demonstrate them on small scales.
Yeah, I'm just saying, look at what they've presented us in reflect against what we've just seen presented tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's presented tonight, there is no backdoor. There is no argument as a rebuttal. That's what it says. There is no debate. There is nothing you can prove against what we just observed. So yeah, the best that people can do is go to the location themselves and take the same observation and thus validate that they were wrong. But I thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, Tinfoil Hat Man has been outdone by Thunderfoot as proving a flat Earth. The irony is off the scale. I agree. Thunderfoot, I mean, look at the level of what Thunderfoot presented, guys. He took some crayons and a piece of paper and stuff and then drove to 2 locations and said, oh, I'm looking at stars.
That's what I'm saying.
Tinfoil goes below sea level, does an actual observation, more than one, showing they all show no curve.
Proper observation as opposed to just
Let me believe what I think it is. Calculation.
yeah.
Thank you, Tony, for your super chat. You rock, man. Really appreciate it. Woohoo! We're up to 50 likes. Come on, guys. We can get more. But I think it's quite definitive. We're going to see quite a few videos practically on this.
I
Yes, I am going. Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, and I'm definitely going to be presenting this on my debate on MDD, guys.
I think sure.
Are
I
you
want to
going
see
on
what
there
they're going
again?
to. Huh?
Are you going on there again?
Yeah, they asked me. That's what I said. It's on the 21st. So next
So you said 27th to me.
27th. So next weekend.
Uh,
It's with Mercedes. The only reason I said yes, Michael, is because the one guy we're debating is Peter Markley.
All right.
It's the only reason I said yes. If it wasn't Peter Markley, I said, it's okay. But I want to debate the guy. I'm in the mood for him to call me a robotanist again.
you know he's going to.
What a stupid thing to say.
Ryan doesn't know what outdone me.
It's more for the fun of it, actually.
Mm.
I agree with you, Jeff. It is.
Yeah, it used to be all right.
Well,
but
you
now-
see, the thing is, MDD has become very biased, unfortunately, and it's become one-sided, and there is no fairness. I'm sad to say there is no fairness.
No.
But I'm doing it for the game, for the sport. I would love to roll the go and debate on Standing for Truth channel. I'd rather let his channel grow because, I mean, he is Christian-based. And he does seem to be quite fair. Donnie is an awesome guy. But I haven't been invited there for a debate yet, so.
Mm.
But yeah, like we said, there is no debate, guys.
Right.
And this is also a way, and look at it this way, MDD is going to be using a platform to get this information out further. So, because they do have a big audience. So hopefully there will be some honest people looking at this, you understand? So that's...
minutes till calm back on.
Okay, Flats. So
There we go.
this. I wasn't around at the time, but this here proves flat Earth because we're gonna look. Let's just look here, yeah, at this building and what elevation it's on, right? And then so first off, we just need to know where we are. So let's see where we are. I've been reliably informed by Brian. Brian's logic. Promote him as well. Much love, Brian. Reliably informs me that this is within a few meters of where that image was taken. Yeah. Apparently, the story goes with this that there was it was a guy and his wife called and said when she was walking the dog before he went to work, it's really fantastic. Come down, and he just came down and shot this picture. Nothing to do with flat Earth, my understanding, but it proves flat Earth anyway.
Yeah. How he did it? When I spoke to him on Twitter, he did stacking.
Oh yeah, you spoke to him. Yes, sorry, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, he did stacking. And that's how he got this image. It's a whole bunch of different HDR images.
And I've been saying that from the start because them mountains don't look like that at all when you're there, and I've been in all weathers.
It's perspective, isn't it? But this is the location. So let's just go to the panoramic video. Hang on, let's just show you where we are. It's this one. Okay, so this is the C8 telescope. This is not the C11, but it's on the same tripod, so it's really rigid and stable. Let me just turn this down. Again, it's always windy in the UK. But you'll see
if it's not windy, then you guys should worry.
It's right promotion, isn't it? For
well, I
for
can't
the
weather.
UK. But yeah, it's this is where we are. This is where we're shooting across to.
You can't look.
You'll see, and you see Blackpool Tower here, and the big one. It's the big ride is here, and Blackpool Tower is here. So we're going to shoot across and look over there. That's our location. That's where we are. Let's get rid of that. Let's go here. So let's look. We are 4 meters. Okay. 1 meter for the, I always set the scope at 1 meter height. So it's 4 meters elevation plus 1 meter. So we're 5 meters shooting across, looking over here. And like I said, it's all of it's important, but look, it's Google Earth has gone really laggy. Look, hang on.
That's fine on our side. It's not too bad.
It's hardly letting me do anything. Hang on.
But yeah, the thing that people started using the first time with when they went is like, oh no, Ranty workout, like it's actually over 9 meters high because of tripod.
No, well, I've just shown you where we are, Flats.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like even with the 9 meters, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, we're at 5 meters elevation with the scope height factored in, and what we're doing is we're looking at this. So you can see if we can get down as low as we can, as low as it'll let me. You see, sometimes it lets you go lower. But anyway, so you've got Blackpool Tower here, and then the big one ride. But this building, if we just go in, is it going to let me? Yeah, okay, that'll do. So that building, if we hover around again, and everybody can check all this out. And by the way, these are my coordinates here for this specific location. Again, do you want me to read them out, Flats? Or
yeah, read out so people can.
Okay, my coordinates are 53.64 02715. Yeah. 53.64 comma space minus 3.0295454. That's the observer location where the scope is. It's 4 meter elevation plus 1 meter elevation for the scope. And then if you look here, again, you have to kind of go to Google Earth, but you'll see, like, let's let it update a minute. It's gone really laggy, Google Earth now. It's not updating. Yeah, so look, it's like 5 meters, 6 meters around here that this building sat on. You can check it all out for yourself. What you'll notice is this monument here, this building, and then this going down here. So let's go to actually what we capture with the scope. This is the footage. Just let me focus in. Again, look how windy it is. Turn that down. There we go. You see, that's that building coming into view, but it's sat on.
That building, I think, is tram stop.
It's what?
Tram sheds or tram depot or something like that. I'm sure it is. Stargate, they call it.
All right, cool. So you see all this like sand. See all this sand flying about here. But down we see everything down. Look. You see?
I mean,
look at that.
Again, where's the horizon supposed to be on the globe, even with the refraction?
It's just garbage. Every time you just take the scope out, and of course you've got you've got to get direct line of sight. You've got things like sandbanks and stuff like that. But look at all that sand pouring across and stuff. So obviously you're never going to be able to see through that and everything. But clearly you can just see it's flat. It's everywhere you look, everywhere you go. West Coast, East Coast, UK, everywhere I go, every time I take it out, and you've got direct line of sight. It's just it presents and shows flat because the Earth is flat.
It's observed
Why would
flat.
it? Why would it present any other way?
Yeah, exactly. It's observed flat. 100% agree.
There's more to this observation. There's more stuff flying around here, Flats, but I'm inclined to just kind of leave it here for the time being.
Yeah. It's perfect. I mean,
but basically, you shouldn't see, according to the globe, fantasy globe, it doesn't exist. It's a stupid calculated model or whatever it is that they want to call it. It's just not there. There's no curve because we're on a straight flat Earth with topography, obviously. That's it. Period. Full stop. End of story.
that's end of
You
story.
see that building? Look against that. See that monument stood here, and then you see all this down there. It's just ridiculous, man.
And I mean, if you pan a bit to the left, you can even see further than that as well, which is
You see the sandbank coming up. The sandbank.
Even on Google Earth, right? Look where you are and elevation you are on Google Earth, and look how small the mountains are compared to Ryde and Tower and that.
crazy. And that's at a high elevation.
Yeah, but you see how that starts to all come up here, where that white building is. You see this white building on the right hand side on Google Earth here. That's this white building here, and you see how it starts to come up here. You see how that starts to go up. So you're just seeing it all, but obviously there's a higher sandbank here and everything. And the globe is, the anti-flat earthers, they're going to use everything they can. But look, there, it's just showing you the edge bit here. This edge bit here. It's crazy. It doesn't. It's flat. You don't have to like it, but you do have to realize and know that that's the reality. That is the reality.
Exactly. Let's put it this way: reality doesn't care about one's opinions.
No, you don't have to like it, but you have to live in it. It's all right.
It's just up to you to accept it or not. It shows your honesty. Are you going to accept reality for what it is, or are you going to carry on staying in the delusion? What I find really odd. If you know you've been lied to constantly, why do you keep wanting to stay lied to?
Exactly.
I know people accept that governments and agencies and everything lie. I mean, we all know that. Everyone would agree with you on that. It's like, you just think, what, they're not lying about the ultimate deception. I mean, yeah, they've got every reason to keep people under check and in control.
Once you know the lie, then you can't ever trust out the sec, can you?
Mm-hmm.
What, the fact that men lie? Oh wow, you know what I mean? It's like crazy, that, isn't it? Well, crazy conspiracy theory.
I don't know where people ever find that. I mean, people never lie.
Of course not. Of course not.
Okay, so I'm going to stop this screen sharing, but you get the idea. The thing about the scope is, mate, you will just when I fall on what you never get perfect weather conditions, but if you have a scale of like 1 to 10, 1 being it's terrible, you can't see anything, it's foggy, whatever, and then 10 being the perfect that you can get or ever expect to get. When you get that sort of those conditions, and then you want to go up, up a little bit of an elevation, or even go to higher elevation. It's absolutely unbelievable, mate. The scopes that I've got are so powerful, and I'm not even pushing them, because the weather conditions never, are very, very. It's very difficult to drop on favourable stuff here in the UK. It's probably, like I said before, the worst place to do these observations.
It's like it's that powerful. It wants to like zoom in on molecules in air, like dust particles.
Yeah, it wants to show you that you've seen, haven't you, Michael? It wants to show you like the air turbulence and zoom in on that, rather than, obviously it can. It's equipment. It's only going to do what it can. Weather conditions are really important. But you'd be absolutely shocked at what the scope can show you at distance. You kind of. Like I say, it took my breath away.
Of course.
It's like it's good to deal with these low level surface eyeball on the deck, looking across, and that proves everything. But for fun and stuff, it's good to go higher, because then it's crazy. and this is stunning things to come because the equipment's awesome. The equipment's all there. I'm even considering. I'm paying consideration to turning my YouTube channel into Land of Flat, and then as I get observations, hopefully like trying to run like a live premiere show every month or something. I don't know if what feedback people would have about that. And then from time to time come and as a guest and stuff. I wonder if people would be interested in that. The Land of Flat, and then I run live premieres and maybe get a few people.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everybody who's a flat earther should have a channel, even if it's just uploading other people's stuff.
Yeah,
Just
mirror and stream, please
And
share all of this.
I mean, anybody can use my content as you please. You won't get strikes from me. Don't worry about it. I've never sent anybody a copyright strike, and I never will. Okay.
Yeah,
You guys
please
are
mirror
free
and
to use
stream.
my
You're
stuff.
right, Michael. And yeah, that's good, Flats. Just please mirror, stream, share. Do whatever you do whatever you want with this stuff to present it in such a way, because we need to get stuff out. Like it's definitive proof, isn't it? And we're all we're interested in is the truth, and I'll keep saying it. But that's all we're interested in, and we need to build. We know that this is suppression and censorship. We know that the Senate.
Hey, Taboo. Yes.
Sorry,
I just want to say Taboo conspiracy. And yes, Ben, good to see you, man. He was actually 2 meters below sea level, mate.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the calculators can't use below that, so we had to put 0.01 meters above sea level. And even with that and their refraction, they still had nothing. It was insane. But it's good to see you, man. Really appreciate you coming in, man.
Man. Good to see you.
It's
Yeah,
time you had Taboo on as a guest, man.
Yeah. I would actually.
Excellent, man.
I'd love to talk to Taboo sometime.
Too right, man. His observations are excellent as well. The ones he puts on his channel, brilliant.
Taboo
But
channels that cut teeth on.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've literally used your stuff, Michael. I've literally used Flats' stuff, Nathan's. It's
so long as you just get linked to where you've got it from, give them a bit of respect. Like, I don't see a problem in using other people's stuff, and I think there's loads of people. You've all got YouTube channels. We're now on it, so why not just pick stuff from other people and just put it on your channel?
Even if you're not making any content, just put mirror stuff. Yeah, definitely. People come across it even by mistake.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened is he's below 2 meters below mean sea level. It was low tide, and it was in like a divot. So he went and he set up his telescope in that divot, and it's only 1 meter high. So he's literally 1 meter below sea level. There's not supposed to be anything seen but Earth curve. But yet he's able to see everything, even when we give 0.01 meters, which is a whole meter higher than he actually was. It would still be impossible that they claim. So it's insane. But yeah, TF, it was really awesome having you on, man. You rock.
You're welcome. No problem. And all I do is just go out and show you what's the telescope's captured. I'm honest in what I do, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm at peace. I'm happy. My wife and I, we're happy, positive people. We just love life, love reality, and love the fact that we're on a flat Earth. Because it's just that's what we are. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. That's what I say. We just do the observations. Be honest. If people accept it, they're showing honesty. If they don't, good. That's their problem. They want to stay being lied to. Then that's the issue.
There's benefits, isn't there? There's no fear no more. There's none of this fear that these asteroids are coming to wipe you off face of Earth. You know what I mean?
But I think that's why people, some people really struggle because of what the connotations are of the Earth being flat. You see, when what that means. What then disappears in the face of that. You see, so much stuff goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, solar systems and Space stations. You know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah, but remember, they're all based on fear porn. As soon as you not you know, okay, the globe's fake. There's no more fear porn. There's none of this worrying about asteroids, worrying about alien invasion, worrying about the world coming to an end because of some global warming and all this nonsense. You don't have to worry about any of this nonsense because it's all rubbish. It's hogwash.
Right.
No fear here. I don't fear anything. I certainly don't fear any man. Right. Thanks for having me, Flats.
It's always a pleasure, and you're always welcome to come on. And like I said, guys, his link is in the description below. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to his channel because he's definitely going to have more observations coming out soon. And you say you're going to make some music as well, man? You want to shout some of that out?
Oh, yeah. I was kind of hoping it would have been released by now. There's a track coming out, yeah. Because I am a audio engineer, music producer and stuff. So there is a track coming out. Life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The track's done. It's all about the video, so it'll be coming soon. And I'd love people's feedback on that. We'll see what happens when it drops. But I'll let people know when it's about to drop.
Yeah, your summer's been took up on it with allotment.
Yeah, and thanks again for all your help there, Michael. You know that. But what you need to do, Michael, is come with me on more of these observations because it's 40 kilograms worth of equipment, mate. Well, and it is. If you can carry a rucksack, that'll be a great help.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything about the guys that they've got planned, Michael and TF. They got something planned, but I'm not going to say what it is because when they do it, it's also going to be brilliant.
I don't
want to let the cat out the bag. So
Not yet.
There's also, I have stuff already, and there's just some unbelievable stuff coming. But I kind of do this for fun now. But I do want to. What drives me is to get out. Like I said, we were talking earlier about the fact that there is censorship. We are. It is suppressed, flat Earth and everything for obvious reasons. Like I said, the U.S. Senate, they told YouTube, didn't they, put a cork in this? Do you know what I mean? And so, we need to. The way that it gets out is by, like all the best stuff, all the best advertising is word of mouth, isn't it? And sharing and anybody who wants to do anything, because my time's limited, just like everybody else's and stuff. So there's only so much I can do, but anybody who wants to just get this stuff shared and out and put it on TikTok and get it out to everybody, because it's clearly a flat earth we live on, and people need to know they've been lied to, they've been deceived. And I know a lot of people, even if they don't say it, they know that something's wrong with the world.
Yep.
They know.
I just want to first say thank you, Alan Orsha, and he says it's flat, end of story. And Matthew Eastman, hi, Miss Mott Queen Bee. Thank you guys. You guys rock. Appreciate it. And sorry, one more. Roger Ledwell for $2 Super Chat says, cool avatar, THFM. Just had to say it. Yeah, really appreciate it, man. You rock.
Thanks, Roger. It's it's nice to get recognition for stuff like that, because even just stuff like that takes a lot of time.
It'll make a cool shirt.
I commissioned my dad to do it, and then we kind of worked on it together. Even just stuff like that took a while to get right. Everything's a struggle that's worthwhile, isn't it? That you try and do properly and professionally and stuff like that. So thanks for that, mate.
That's right.
Yeah, baby.
This Lord, no, the link was only given out to a couple of us tonight because it was guest and it was a presentation. He wanted to come in.
Yeah, we didn't want over talking, and we wanted to get the message through.
Yeah.
Kevin, what is TikTok link put in chat?
I don't ask him.
Okay, I'm going now. Thanks for having me, Flats.
You rock, man. Appreciate you coming in, mate. Really appreciate it.
Keep in touch. Dude, that was excellent. Fantastic, man. Honestly.
Much love and respect to all your audience, all listeners, all flat earthers. Keep rocking it, and hopefully, let's see what happens in in the coming future. It's going to be interesting.
Brilliant.
Bye for now.
Cheers, man. Thank you for coming. Blessings.
How do I get out of here? Leave in the top right. See you. Bye.
See you later,
Cheers, mate.
There you
Yeah.
go, Dislord. I know you're in a bit of a lag, so look, Flats is just quickly put it in for you.
Yeah, I've put the link in if you guys want to chat for another 10 minutes or so before we end. Maybe give thoughts, because I'm sure
There you
people in chat want to maybe give thoughts on it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's up, this Lord?
yeah. It was just while he was here this because it was he was presenting. It takes
What's
a
up,
minute
this Lord?
to catch up. Yeah, it'll take a second for him to catch up.
Yeah, he's setting his frequency.
Ace Trades, hey, good to see you.
No, like from first time I met Tim File, we're only this year, but we spent a lot of time over at summer doing his allotment, and he's a top bloke. Like he's like a brother, man.
He's a cool dude.
I was sitting here talking back to you on the wrong mic that was off, so I had to unplug and I was like, "Hi guys," and talking to myself for a while.
So yeah, they say Jaren. It sounds like Austin is going, and Jaren apparently or
Good
something.
luck to the guy.
Yeah, good for them. Shame.
There you go. I think you should have made the other decision.
Do you know what, right? I couldn't give a rat's ass about it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of seeing people talking about Duffy. Who cares?
Nobody.
It's finished. See, I actually did it.
I downloaded that. I downloaded today some of that. Spacewalk they did with that Polaris Dawn. Have you seen how fake it is? You see how fake it
that
looks?
guy when he come out and it was like a mannequin, man.
I know.
That's exactly my thought. It was literally holding, and the arm's not even moving. It's just bobbing up and down, and then all of a sudden it starts moving.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
And then-
that one where his helmet turns, that stop motion one.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And did you see how they had to make it so pitch black that you can't see anything around it, like it's in a dark studio almost? It looked to me, if you look properly, like they were on a moving platform with their feet. You know, when you're like standing on a platform that's moving like this, and you just—that's what it looked like.
Yeah, I covered one of them yesterday as well. Just so
Quite
stupid.
crazy.
Not that one, but it was.
Yeah.
If that's best they can offer as real, I mean, wow.
It's insane.
Yeah,
tonight's. I'm just happy that this was. Come on, yeah.
Can't deny the conditions.
But I mean, what is there to rebut? They've been asking for observations for how long? So there's the observations. They've been asking for evidence that we've given a lot, but just now this is like, without a doubt, to me, the black swan.
Mate, there's nobody going out with a telescope like that, from what I've seen anyway. No one.
No. They're amazing, man. They can't. That's why they had to lie as soon as they seen it. Straight over at Sean's, start lying because they couldn't deny that. Come on, that's brilliant. Them observations and just kill it. Even the first one that was just a taster. That was a a little warm up. Even that one killed it. Very much so.
1,000 what?
Yeah,
He put it on TikTok.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I'm not on TikTok anymore though, so
Tiki-taki.
something's gonna happen on there, and it's like
I can't be doing with that TikTok anyway. I mean,
because I started using TikTok, guys, because I wanted to get it out further, but that platform is full. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I don't go on it.
So yeah, I'm not on there anymore.
The best.
Hey Roger, what's up, man?
Not much. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Well, we good because we trying to just sit here laughing at people trying to make excuses to defend their global religion.
Aye. And they kinda. All they have to do is just get biscuit asked about it and start lying. Biscuit ass means butt hot. All right.
Okay. Oh, let's actually read the poll.
Sorry about that, guys.
We've got 83 votes. The globe will try their best to make excuses but fail as usual. 76% said yes, as a globe is fake. 2%, which is about 4 votes, by the way, guys, no, we accept the globe is false.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
That's a good
And
one.
then,
I like that.
yeah, and then 22% not so sure. So whoever clicked no, we accept the globe as false, you guys rock. Welcome
I
to
rock,
Flat Earth.
man. I rock. It was a hard choice though, Flatz. It took me ages to decide on it.
There shows there's some honest people there.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel like a what?
I fall over like a rock.
Yeah, you do. You do.
And so I take it you didn't go for your operation, Vicky?
Still waiting to find out if what they're gonna do because the bone fragment is loose in my elbow.
I think they'll have to operate because your skin, your flesh around your elbow isn't very thick. It's really thin. It's like ball sack skin. So like
Ball sack skin.
That's quite a reference there, PJ. Jeez.
Yeah.
so like it's really
Disgusting.
it's
I do
really.
not have bull sack skin on my elbow.
I don't mean you. I just mean in general.
Well, I can just vision Vic walking out with a pair of knackers on her elbow.
Yeah, just say sensitive skin. I think that's a better word, sensitive skin.
Every elbows. Every elbows.
You don't want to get an infection, Vicky. You want to go get that taken out.
Armpits.
Elbows.
I've never said nothing
Whatever
about
they are.
Yeah, so no, it's thin skin, isn't it? So I would say if there's a chip in there, it could be sharp.
They had to
And
take the cast off because my psoriasis flared up under my cast. And if they operate, they can't do it with my skin the way it was. So I haven't got a cast on anymore, so my skin can breathe.
Skin can breathe.
I'm sure you're happy about that, though.
Yeah, but it hurts more without a cast on.
But she doesn't have
But the
to.
itchiness is a bit helping now because I know when the cast is on, it itches all the time and you can't get to it.
Horrendous. It's not itchy anymore. It's just sore.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
No sympathy pains, PJ, at all. You don't have any. Like
And I've got no empathy whatsoever. Apparently, I'm really harsh and all that kind of stuff. The black heart, I've got no feelings whatsoever.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys to do your closing statements, Michael.
Well, I haven't really got much to say. I mean, you go out and you look and you don't see any curve. I mean, that's got to suggest that we don't live on a globe, surely.
That's one.
I think it did better than a suggestion. It was like just dead proof.
Do you see the clip now, Flatz? Oh no,
Thanks so much.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Scratching your nads means you're scratching your elbows. I think you batted it right out of the park, man. You can't. There's no refuting it. And it proved itself already because as soon as they seen it, it's like, oh, the question straight. Oh, well, hold on. What height was he at again? Oh, what was he using? All that kind of stuff. And then straight away to Sean's because it refuted. Then lying straight away. So it shows what kind of reaction it gets.
That's all they can do. Straw man, where you are, where you're looking. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Because there's no refutation, so all they can do is just attack.
That's it. That's it. That's it. He killed it. He killed it. There's nothing else you can say. He said it. He said it himself. He just said it himself. What he did and what he said tonight. That's the final statement of the night.
I think it was spot on. To be honest, he couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, but he's just honest. He's just showing. He's just showing an observation, and he's saying, "Look here, guys. This is what I have." That's it.
What people don't realize is there's a lot of work goes into going. You know, first you've got to think where you're going to go. Then there's looking at tides and stuff like that. Then there's actually going and dropping on right weather because England's absolutely crap for weather. You know, it might go out plans to do an observation, and when he gets here, weather's that crap, it's not even
Can't
worth
do it.
getting
Can't do it.
stuff out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but I mean,
we went to this one place. I can't remember what it was called, and we parked up in car park and walked onto the beach, and it was just like sea fret everywhere. You know what I mean? It like weren't even worth doing out.
Aye.
I mean, you've been many times trying to go and do observation for something, and then say, "Oh, but the weather's too crap. You can't do anything."
You just can't. Yeah.
Well, look, when I came to yours, we were meant to do some observing,
Yeah.
and we couldn't. Just couldn't. We had still had to laugh, man. It's still good, but we couldn't do what we planned to do.
Yeah, it's not best of countries for observations weather-wise.
And then in the north of it, the north of England's not brilliant for well,
Terrible.
all over England anyway. But the north of England gets a lot of rain and stuff.
It's like the butthole of England up here, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think Kevin knows that we're friends on TikTok.
What, you and him are friends on TikTok?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you're friends with Vicky on TikTok, apparently, Kev.
Yes.
Okay.
Not apparently, he is.
Okay then.
Well, it's very apparent they are friends. Okay.
No, it is apparent. I can still see that it's happening. It doesn't mean to say I'm trying to falsify it by saying it's apparent. I'm not an after, you know.
I just told everyone I got tested. No.
Anyway, PJ, you got a show tomorrow morning?
I've got yes,
Okay.
I have 8 a.m. GMT. It's Jesus' most powerful teachings. And then I've got a premiere in 2 hours as well.
Awesome. And Roger, you said you're going live again.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to do a stream on evolution and railways.
Ooh,
That's Ryan's going to cover that part. He's got an engineer book he wants to go through.
So you're still on at 1:30, Roger, for me, aren't you? So my premiere goes out at 12:05. It's 40 minutes long, so I'll be finished in time. So I'll come in if I'm about.
Cool.
You'll be snoring. Right,
Yeah,
cool.
of course.
But I won't be long because I've still got to get up from 8 o'clock going. You know what I mean? So I'll spend an hour and I'll have to get some sleep.
What's the question?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Okay, so yeah, guys, really appreciate coming in. You guys rock, and we'll see you tomorrow with another epic stream. Make sure to share the show to everybody, far and wide, on any platform you can. Get this information out. This is literally just any person to see this that's honest will see, listen, yeah, we've been lied to, and look into the truth. So